Death and Aliens, an in-depth look at horror and sci-fi TV from two friends who vaguely know what they're doing. I'm Courtney.
And I'm MK.
And happy Halloween!
Happy
Ah!
Halloween!
Tomorrow's Halloween. I don't know what I'm dressing as. It's
Me
gonna be a surprise to us
either.
all. Ah,
I
I think
did
we
I did ask Dan if for his family Halloween party we could be Tonks and Lupin because I couldn't think of anything else that would make
please.
my hair look
Mhm,
good.
mhm, mhm. I'm thinking about doing like Bloody Mary, but
Mm,
like or Bloody Mary or Black Widow, and we're all black and a body cream.
love it.
Like I killed my husband. Anyways, how are you? It's Halloween.
It is. In podcast world it's Halloween. In my real world it is 85 degrees, and not Halloween yet.
We
I
had
don't
a cold
know.
front. It's like 83 today.
I was like, I don't know what Halloween is like typically in Louisiana, but I don't
So,
appreciate the fact that that it is October and fall has not happened
mhm,
yet.
mhm.
However, the biggest problem with that is that it was like 85 degrees today and it will be about 75 tomorrow, and then it'll be 60 and raining on Wednesday, and then the temperature will never come back up. So they're giving me 48 hours to acclimate to fall. That's kind of rude.
Well, we don't get any of that. We got a lot of rain today. I couldn't see driving to work. I thought I was gonna
Mm,
die. So good thing I didn't.
yeah.
Um, but like it's 80 till I die.
Yeah, the biggest problem is that I just keep being reminded that other people are psychos, like
Hmm.
mostly Chris
Correct.
Collinsworth. Um I don't know if you hate that man as much as I do, but he is a fucking affront to the National Football League, and I'm so done with
Which one
listening
is
to
he?
Chris Collinsworth. He's one of the fucking sports like
Is he the one that does all the
commentators.
like Viking stuff? Is he one that's on the Vikings a lot?
I don't know. He's a fucking piece of shit, and he just like says
Mm.
shit. I hate him. He will literally be commentating on a Bills game where the Bills are winning by like 40 points and still be trying to find ways to say that the Bills are the worst team in the NFL. Like he's just like actually like a terrible person. Um, but he does Sunday Night Football. So unfortunately, we had to listen to his voice all night last night. Um,
Yeah. I didn't football at all yesterday. You'll I'll tell you why you'll be proud of
I
me.
saw pictures of you yesterday and said that's not a football outfit, but I didn't say anything. I also
Mhm.
didn't football yesterday because I don't know if you know, but the Bills lost yesterday.
I did know.
Um,
I did know.
and it was not a good time. But it was also the 8:30 p.m. game, and when it's 10 o'clock at night and it's halftime and your team's playing so terribly that you do not have the energy to pay attention to them anymore, you just go to
Mhm.
bed. However, I
The Saints won.
they did. However, apparently I was very alone in this just going to bed situation because I got a text. I didn't see it till this morning, but I got a text at 11:09 p.m., which in your time zone is only 10,
909.
which is nice, but
Hmm.
it said Zara just said, "Mama, we have to start to win." It was 2 minutes left and the Bills were down by three. And then the next text said from 11:29 said, "Zara is crying." Zara had a full breakdown about the Bills losing. And
Welcome to football, baby
I am
girl.
so upset. I'm so proud of and so upset that my 4-year-old niece is already so
Hmm.
emotionally contingent on the Bills doing well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
That's football.
yeah, but like this week was just terrible for me for football because the Bills did awful things. Um, Lamar Jackson was out with a hamstring injury, so I
Girl.
had to use my backup, which was Drake May, which would have been fine, except for that Drake May was playing against the Bills and I wanted him to do terribly.
Yeah. I think I had Jaden Daniels as my backup.
Um,
Whoever I
also,
had did really well.
also I was facing Dan.
Oh no.
He just walked by the room and gave me this face because I beat him because of Drake May and
Nice.
Ramondre Stevenson. Well, actually no, Drake May only got 12 points. But the real reason I won is because he had the Rams defense that ended up with negative points. He Yeah, that I was getting there. He just yelled up the stairs, Brock Bowers. He played Brock Bowers because he was at open house. So when the notification went in that he was officially out for the day, he didn't have a chance to change his
Oh
football team because he was
no.
working and he didn't know until the after the game had already started and he couldn't sub him out. And then also Omarion Hampton went out in the middle of the game. So he had negative defense and two players out.
Yeah, that'll do it. I also had negative defense, but Justin Fields was my backup quarterback. That's who I had in yesterday, and he got like 26 points. Like he did good.
Um,
Um,
I did pick up because Josh Jacobs was on a bye for the Packers. I picked up
mhm.
Rico Dowdle from the Panthers, and he got me 33 points. So he might be my new running back.
Guess who my backup QB is in my Hail Mary and Headphones league
Is
that
it
I have
Bryce?
Josh Allen.
Is it Sweet Baby Bryce?
It's Matt Stafford.
It's Matt Stafford.
So I have Josh Allen as my number one QB and Matt Stafford is my second. And I'm like, you don't have a chance. Like, don't try to play
No,
QB with me. I don't know why.
no.
And I just picked him up like a week ago. Like, I don't know why he was still there.
Yeah,
Because I understand. I do not draft him first. He's not my first pick.
no.
However, everyone else hasn't been playing well. And he's had a pretty decent season. So I feel
Yeah,
comfortable putting him in
I'm trying to
as my
see.
backup QB. Well, he got
The
80. Well, okay. Our scoring is weird. So normally it's like 50 points for a quarterback. He got 80 points last week.
Oh, that is weird scoring. Our quarterbacks get
Yes.
like 20s to
Like
30s.
30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 30, like 30, like 43 is the most I've ever gotten, and it was with Lamar.
Yeah.
Um,
That's my regular league is that way, but this one's like hella
in
keeper
our
heavy.
league, I will tell you the top five quarterbacks that have not yet been drafted. Um, Geno Smith,
Sure.
Trevor Lawrence.
Hmm.
Who even is this kid? Jackson Dart. He's New
Oh,
York.
he's so he plays for the Giants
Giants.
and
He's their backup, right?
did you hear what happened?
No.
So last week they pulled Russell Wilson out of the game at like second quarter and said he wasn't starting the rest of the season. And Jackson Dart was going to be their starter for the rest
Oh,
of the season.
good.
And then after halftime, they put Russell Wilson back in, but then still said Jackson Dart was going to play the rest of the season. I am so fed up with the New York Giants. Like
Yeah.
I've never been more mad at a team, I don't think. And
I'm so glad that you won because when I saw at halftime that the Giants were smoking you, I was like, this is terrible.
I know, and I was at home, which I'll talk about that I think next
Yeah.
episode we can talk
Yeah.
about that. But
Oh, but then
I
and
was at
then
home,
the next
so
two, just quit the next two, Tua, because why would you draft somebody
he's
that
on ours
has,
too.
yeah, why would you draft somebody that has the potential to have a brain injury every time they step on the field? And sweet baby Bryce Young.
Ours are so surprising. These people don't know anything about football. Jake Browning, which is fine. The Bengals don't know how to play football anymore now that
Yeah,
Burrows is
nobody
out.
has him either, but
Uh,
he's not,
right.
he's,
But Jake Browning, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Jackson Dart, and Mac Jones. I don't know how anybody hasn't picked up Mac Jones in our league.
oh,
Like I
no,
have Matt
no.
Stafford and Josh Allen, so it's not me.
Oh, no, nobody has Mac Jones in our league either. He's just ranked lower than
Have you
he's
watched him?
I'm just saying his projected
Yeah.
points for next week are I'm just going based on what they set projected
Yeah.
for next week. And Mac Jones is also not picked up in ours.
But bro, have you seen his last few games? I mean, they took out Brock Purdy and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna play football for real. And he hasn't lost a game since he started. Like he's pretty good.
All right.
He's pretty good. Um yeah, so it's been and Rattler. We don't no one has Rattler.
No one has Rattler either. I actually said that I
Um,
was with one of my classes today. My special ed boys that I don't get to talk to often, and they were telling me how devastating the football game was. And we were talking about it, and they were like, they were like talking about who was the best quarterback in the league. And I go, I don't really know who the best is, but I do know what the worst is.
the worst is. Yep. Bless his heart. God bless you. I got out of the movie and it was like a quarter, like we were like halfway through the fourth quarter and we went to lunch and I was texting Nick and I was like, what's happening? Who are we?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we were playing the Giants. It wasn't like we were playing,
Yeah.
the most fascinating team this season.
Yeah.
And we played really good against you guys last week. Like, I was
Yeah.
very happy with that
Well,
game, even though we lost.
it was, but the problem is what Dan says this a lot. The Bills tend to, rather than playing good football, the Bills play down to whoever they're playing
Yeah,
against, which
they do.
is terrible
Hmm.
because then
Especially for
you,
fantasy
well,
weeks.
it's terrible for fantasy, but then it's also terrible for things like you play against the Patriots and lose 20 to 17. Um, I don't know if you watched any of last night's game,
Mm-mm.
but there were three back-to-back fumble plays. Like we fumbled the
That's
ball.
wild.
New England got the ball back, immediately fumbled it, and then we got the ball, had made one successful pass, and then the next one fumbled. I was like, that's when I was like, nope, and I'm going to bed. Because
That's
what is
insane.
I've seen high school games fumble the ball less times.
Yeah.
So that's how I am. How are you?
Well, you'll be very proud of me. I did my taxes yesterday,
I'm very proud
and
of you.
that is why I didn't
And
watch
what's more
football.
important is my mom is proud of you.
I know, I know. Did she tell you? Did she read
No,
my
she
email
did.
yet?
She didn't.
Because
I don't know if she did, but I do know that I saw you told me last night that you were working on your taxes, so I was like,
I just ended it with "Go Bills" because it was at like 8 o'clock when I sent up to her.
well, she definitely didn't look at it because she was at the game.
Well, I don't know
Um,
if she looked at it today. I don't know if you
yeah.
like talked to her
Oh,
today,
I
but
haven't talked to her today, but she definitely didn't look at it last night because she was at the
mhm.
game, which
That's
was
what I figured.
not a
Yeah,
good time. But
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it takes me 8 hours to do my taxes because of everything. Like I sent her 9 attachments. 3 were spreadsheets, and one was a folder, and then the other 4 were like my W-2, W-9s and whatnot.
well,
But I really organize it really well for her.
this year is gonna be it's not nearly gonna be yours, but like
Yeah,
I have my business. Dan and I both have multiple jobs. Plus we have the mortgage for the house. Like,
yeah, yeah. So it takes 8 hours literally to
yeah.
do my taxes because I have to go through everything that I've ever done my whole life. And especially I did so much traveling last year and like it's I'm glad
Yeah.
your mom loves me.
Yeah.
So that's what and I didn't want to watch football while I did that because I also needed darkness yesterday. I just
Yeah.
because we stayed up really late like drinking and I wasn't like hungover or anything. I just wanted to like be in the dark. So I put on I was watching the Goosebumps, the newer one with David Schwimmer. It sucked. I liked
Yeah.
the new one with Justin Long, but not the one with David Schwimmer.
The
I
one
only
with
watched
Jack,
4 episodes.
I didn't watch any of those. The last Goosebumps thing I watched is the Jack Black movie, and I don't
I
care. I
haven't
think
even seen that.
it's amazing. It's because it's Jack Black. Like, it's
Oh,
probably not,
sure.
if you liked Goosebumps, like loved Goosebumps, you
Mhm.
probably won't like it unless you also love Jack Black. Because
Right.
I'm not a big Goosebumps fan. I'm just a big Jack Black fan.
Yeah. I love Goosebumps and I love especially like the homage. Like I thought the season with Justin Long did a better job of doing an homage to
Hmm.
the OG season, but this one was just like a little off the rails. Like the kids were aged up, so you're not getting your like middle grade kids doing it.
Um,
And David Schwimmer is David Schwimmer.
yeah.
And so it was just like I thought I watched almost all of the episodes and I was halfway through episode 3. So I decided that I wasn't gonna finish it after that.
Yeah.
I did watch one more because I lost track of time, and then the next episode had already started. So I did watch 4 episodes of the 8, and I watched Death of a Unicorn or Death by Unicorn or whatever that Paul Rudd movie is.
Oh,
Um, it was really dumb, but I loved it. It's just
that's fair.
like top-notch Halloween
That's how I
content.
feel. That's how I feel about Jack Black. So,
Exactly. It's
yeah.
top notch. So I was very pleased with that. And then I laid in my bed and I'm doing, my 75 readathons.
Yeah.
And we had a double points weekend and I obviously didn't read this weekend because I was not home.
Yeah.
And so I had a couple of did you see that Amazon Prime released the like, what did they call them? I'm calling them spicy murder novellas. But that's not what they called them.
No idea.
And it's like Ali Hazelwood did one and Christina Lauren, and so
Mm,
it's
okay,
like
no, I have not.
so they're like romances, but they're like the first one is Ali Hazelwood, and it's called Hot for Slayer, and it's a vampire and a vampire slayer, so it's like spooky themed.
Yeah.
Um, and so I read 2 of those just so I could get 2 books, and their buddy reads for the readathon. So I
Yeah.
like just laid in bed and read those after
No,
I
I'm
and and I watched the new Bob's Burgers episode because it came out.
oh.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
mostly just sad because my phone keeps reminding me that it's fall and I need to start watching my annual Over the Garden Wall rewatch. But it's not cold enough yet. It's too
One day
hot.
I'll watch it. I bet I can handle it this year, maybe next year.
It's really it I don't know why your brain just freaks
It
out about
just,
it.
I didn't, it didn't want it.
And Dan hates it.
See,
But Dan also just like watches people play Among Us on YouTube.
I mean,
So
that's
like,
also not for me. That's
right.
not for me.
So
Um, yeah, I'll give it a go one day. I want to get into like animated content. Like I want to watch like Studio Ghibli and stuff like that. Like I read Kiki's Delivery Service for another buddy read thing,
oh, I love
and it was so
Kiki.
cute, and I loved it so much, and I've never watched it. So like the read through was my first time, and it was just so cute. She was
Oh my
so
God.
like sassy, such a
Yeah,
sassy child.
Kiki's great.
And I
I
watched
have to
Howl's
do
Moving Castle with my sister last year, but I slept through half of it, so I do have to rewatch it.
I have to do a full Studio Ghibli like binge-a-thon, like watch all of them because Dan hasn't seen them. And I need
I One of my readathons has a spin-off thread. Was that
yeah,
almost good thread? And
yeah.
it's they want to do a Studio Ghibli watch through, and so I've clicked join. So I'm just waiting at this point
I
for it to be my turn.
gotta I gotta get Dan to watch them.
I'm excited. I want to, and I want to read more manga. Like I want to expand. I want to expand back into the culture. I used to read manga like in high school. I loved it, and so I just want
I
to.
really honestly only know a lot about the currently popular mangas because I teach eighth and
Mm.
ninth grade boys. So
I want to read Death Note. I never read it. I've
I never
heard I
read
would
it
love it.
either. I Death Note I would like to read, but I also a lot of the like long running animes like and mangas, I feel like I personally would process them better watching them than reading them.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
read like 7 or 8 volumes of Dragon Ball Z, but like I
well,
never
even
finished it.
I even like I've only just in the last couple of years like enjoyed reading like graphic novels, like that are
Hmm.
actual graphic novels, not mangas. And I just don't know that like I struggle with things like comic books and graphic novels and mangas because I have such a vivid imagination that I don't focus as well when I have the pictures in front of me. Like
Yeah, that's
I need to
fair.
be able to see it like the way I see it, not the way the book is telling me it has to look.
I like to read them at night because then I'm tired and I don't and like I'm not using my brain anymore.
Hmm,
And so it creates it for me and it makes it easier for my brain to then launch into that visual and you know
that's
add
fair.
color and whatnot. Because I the ones I've been reading lately are all black and white, so like I
Oh,
can
okay,
add
that's
color in
fair.
my brain and
Well, and
you
I do
know.
sometimes do that. Like my like the Disney villain books and like the Viking books, I'm not using original created images.
Sure.
I'm using images that I already know what they look like and then just like making the little movie happen in my head. So that's fair.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm reading the
sorry.
Pumpkin King books soon. Those are on my list. I'm really
Nice.
excited.
Nice.
I can't wait. And I'm reading the Liz Braswell Twisted Tales series.
Okay.
So
That yeah, I just added that's the other Disney twisted one, right? I just added some of those to my TBR because
I just finished Straight On Till Morning, which is Peter Pan. I just don't care about Peter Pan. It's just not my book.
oh, I love
So
it.
I read it, it was fine. I just
Okay.
don't care about Peter Pan. So usually you'll probably like it better. Um, but I'm gonna read Once Upon a Dream, which is Sleeping Beauty. Also not really my jam. Fine, she's fine. I just never like hardcore with
Mm,
Sleeping Beauty. But I think the rest of them are. So we'll see.
okay.
But yeah, that's also on my list coming up probably for November. But
That's fair.
yeah.
Fair.
I think that's all I was gonna say. So
Yeah.
do you wanna bring us some joy?
Sure, maybe. No.
We'll see.
We'll see. Time flies. Time waits for no man. Time heals all wounds. All any of us want is more time. Time to stand up, time to grow up, time to let go.
I mean that is true. Those are true words you've said to me.
Yeah.
They're fine, I guess. But don't worry, I have more exciting times for you. And this
Good.
is actually a like exciting episode, I think. It's less sad than the others.
It is less sad. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know the character. Like that you told me it was like a known New Orleans thing. I
Mhm.
didn't know him, so I'm curious to see what you have to say about that. I'm more curious to see your reaction to what I called him when he came on screen. Because the
Okay.
name that I created on my notes
Is not the one that he
is
is.
not, well, it's
Oh,
not the one that anybody would be called. So
I'm so excited. Oh, I can't wait. Okay. Well, this week we are talking about American Horror Story Coven, episode 10. Three more episodes left. So that means we should probably start figuring out our next series. So maybe I'll
just
post a vote soon. Um, because I don't know which one we're gonna do. I'm stuck between two. Um, it is called The Magical Delights of Stevie Nicks.
unless Stevie Nicks is who you thought I would should know, but that I figured that that was not the
No,
New
no, no.
Orleans
She's
character
no,
that you
no,
meant.
no. That was my hint for episode like two when I said, what do you hear? Like, what do you notice a lot in this
Oh
episode?"
no, I mean, I knew Stevie Nicks was going to be on the show. I don't, but it's,
Did you know that
I think vaguely somewhere in the back of my mind, I remember when it
already? Okay,
happened. Like I even remember
gotcha.
when, like when this show was on, people freaking out that Stevie Nicks was actually on it.
Yeah, it's oh
Oh,
perfect.
oh, yeah, because Monica flipped the fuck
Yeah,
out
that
about
makes
Stevie Nicks being
sense.
on it.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
It aired January 8th, 2014, so we are in a new year.
We are in the new
It
year.
was rated 7.7, which is lower than the last few weeks, which is like the last few were hard and heavy, but this one is so good. This one is
Yeah.
so good. I love this episode.
I this episode was okay. I genuinely didn't love it. Like I didn't hate
And that's
it,
okay.
but
It
I
just brings me joy.
which is great, but I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people probably felt the way I did, where it
Mhm.
wasn't as much of an emotional punch
Yeah,
as the last couple episodes, which is probably why it's a little bit lower.
for sure. No, no doubt, for sure. Um, our number one song is The Monster by Eminem and Rihanna. Like, we are just full theme in Halloween here. It is
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
Number one movie is Lone Survivor. I do not know this movie. I think I saw Mark Wahlberg was in it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I don't think I ever saw it, but I do think I've heard of it.
Yeah. And our number one book is Command Authority by Tom Clancy and Mark Greaney. I don't know it, but it's Tom Clancy. So so no surprises there. Um, on this day, it was the 40th People's Choice Awards. It was also the day that Lindsey Vonn withdrew from the Olympics, if you remember that. She injured her knee. She was a skier. That doesn't sound right now. I think she was a skier though. But she injured her knee and last minute had to withdraw and she had like been the
Mm,
forefront. Everyone thought she was gonna win. And last but certainly not least, we had a big Velveeta shortage leading up to the Super Bowl, and everyone was panicked that we were not gonna have enough of Velveeta for the Super Bowl.
that's
It was
amazing.
very stressful for everyone
That
involved.
is amazing.
So, but don't worry. It seems to have turned out okay. Um,
I'm pretty sure that that was the day that my Uncle Jason finally realized that Shamu was dead. He did not know. I told him that Shamu was dead, and he was like, "No, he's not. He's at SeaWorld." I go, he's certainly not. He's been dead for quite some time. Um, so he got convinced that there's a secret club somewhere where Shamu and Elvis and Jimmy Hoffa are all just hiding
oh
from
sure.
us.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
I'm sure.
Jimmy Hoffa is not buried under a building under concrete anywhere.
No, nope.
Not even a little
He's
bit.
actually just swimming in a pool with fucking Shamu.
And Elvis, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Where else would you be? Um, so our director is I was surprised to see this is Alfonso Gomez Rejon. This is so different
Yeah.
from the last few episodes we've seen of him. A lot more shadow work, which does make sense with the story.
Yeah.
However, a lot more shadow work, a lot more light and intentionality, and like we didn't see as much of that in some of these other
Yeah.
episodes. Very interesting. Our writers are James Wong and John J. Gray, editors Regis Kimball. So all returning. And like this isn't out of character for American Horror Story visuals. It
Yeah.
just
Just not for this director.
yeah. Um, so our guest star,
Let me guess. Stevie Nicks.
How did you know? How did you know? Um, she's known for Fleetwood Mac.
Obviously.
For those of you that don't know, she has not done really any other TV. If you look at her IMDb, it's basically her music videos,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's what she does. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice because she was inducted in '98 with her band and 2019 solo.
Hmm.
Um, and she had a lot of drug type situations, obviously, and she blames clonazepam for 8 years of her life, losing 8 years of her life. Um, she her solo album, her solo debut was called Belladonna, and it maintained it stayed in the charts for 150 weeks at Billboard. I don't know if you know that's like 3 years.
Yeah.
And oh, I meant to verify if this was true because I don't think it was true. Um, she was born at 3:02 a.m. Very witchy vibes.
Yeah.
Um, uh, uh, sorry, it said that a character was based on her, and I thought it was based on someone else, so I meant to look it up, and I totally forgot until this moment. Um, do you have any feelings about Stevie Nicks? Do you have any thoughts about her?
I do. Stevie Nicks is the pettiest queen that ever existed. Chef's
In the
kiss.
best way.
Literally staring at your ex and the girl he cheated on you with while singing songs directly into their face live on stage
Mm-hmm.
in front of millions of people is a
Mm-hmm.
level of petty that I will never be and regret every day that I can't be.
I
Um,
know.
Writing songs about how terrible your ex is and then making him perform them. I love him. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love her.
Yep. I so much. She is just the best. So I'm seeing this in a few places. So if it's not true, it's not my fault. Um, but they say that the like character and like attitude basically of the Pokemon Jinx was
Yes.
based off of Stevie
No, I've
Nicks.
definitely heard that before. I've definitely
So
heard that
I thought it was
before.
based off of Cher. That's why I was confused.
It does. Honestly, Jinx is kind of weird though because Jinx definitely has like hold on, Jinx, Pokemon, not whatever the fuck you just showed me. Jinx to me gives more Madonna vibes than anything else.
Hmm. I
Like
thought,
visually.
yeah, that's what I thought. But I think it's like the like attitude too is what it was based off of more for Stevie Nicks than the looks. Because she like scream looks Stevie Nicks. She's too
Yeah.
colorful for that. Um, but yeah, so I that is apparently a fact that I just didn't know was a fact. Um,
Well, there's also there well, the problem is there was a lot of criticism with how Jinx looks because it looks
oh
like
yeah,
a blackface drag queen and not like
right,
this like real racist and whatnot.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Then nothing like I can't see anything on anything official, but I have
Hmm.
heard that before, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I hadn't heard it before, so I'm taking it. I did want to look it up before I just set it up my IMDb, but I did see it immediately in like five other places. They were not
Okay.
like this is Nintendo saying this, but there were
Yeah.
like five different places that I would go to find information. So I was like,
Right.
okay, I'll get behind that.
All right.
And so now we start with Marie Laveau and Fiona, because if you recall, Marie shows up after all of her friends are dead to find comfort
Yeah.
at Robichaux Home. And she's talking about how ashamed she is and Fiona and how like upset she is. And Fiona's like, look, everyone dies, like it's just a part of life, don't worry about it. She's like, I'm more ashamed of the fact that I had to like come to you for help. Like I'm immortal. like I'm gonna live forever. People die, I get it, but I didn't think I was gonna. Yes,
Sorry, I just dug deeper. Jinx is actually based on the depiction of the Norse goddess Hel in opera. Like basically like the way
I
that
mean
the
that makes sense.
yeah. So it's like a Valkyrie like opera fat lady singing kind of vibe more than
Well,
any
that's why I was
actual pop
saying
star.
like the attitude more. Like they were saying like in the trading card games and in some of the shows, like the attitude is what they were basing her off of more than like
Which
her
is probably
looks.
interesting because that probably has to do with the Anglicization of Pokemon and them
Hmm.
having to choose a direction, not the actual
Yeah,
Japanese art
right.
or the because most people don't realize that Pokemon is not English. Well, but most of like all of Pokemon aired completely in Japanese
Yeah.
first. Um, and also with the trading card part of it, people can say whatever the fuck they want. So I can just make Jinx is a weird Pokemon because Jinx is the only Pokemon in all of existence to have the hidden ability to give you dry skin.
I didn't know that. What a what a world.
Yeah, but potentially in the English versions, the actual acting and like
Mhm.
characterization is, but the visuals are not based on any living person. It's based on opera Norse goddesses.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. That makes
Yeah.
way more sense. Yes.
But so Marie Laveau is gonna cry
So
and
she's
but
sad, right?
yeah.
And she's telling her, Fiona's being very kind with her, and she's like, "Look, we're gonna draw battle lines tomorrow, but today just like rest, recover, everything's fine." And then we start seeing shadows, and a man arrives.
A man who I wrote, this is my note. Fucking James from Twilight looking Dr. Facilier ass clown. That's what I call him.
So it's fun you say that because Dr. Facilier is based off of Papa
Right,
Legend.
which makes sense.
Yes.
But and that's why I put him in there because I did see the connection. But
Hmm.
my first thought was, why the fuck is James from Twilight here? Not James, Laurent. Laurent, the fucking black vampire with the dreads. I was like, this
Hmm.
guy is literally Laurent and Dr. Facilier combined into one thing. And then I was like,
Bless it.
yeah.
No. His name is Papa Legba, and we will get more into his history in a bit. Um, but yes, he arrives and he comes to Marie to ask for his payment because it's time again. Once a year, she has to pay her bills. Then I thought we got to the credits, so I put credits, and then I scratched it out because we weren't there yet. So then we go to the hospital, and a lot of shadows still everywhere. And we hear a lot of babies crying. And Marie Laveau is there visiting, and she takes a baby, and the police,
As one does.
as one does, and the police are threatening her and telling her that she has to give it back because it's not hers, and she compels them to kill each other. And then we get the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also the way she compels them to kill each other. It was one of those moments where I was like, if I saw this in any other context, I would think that it was the most racist thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
However, like I understand who like hoodoo and voodoo culture, and I
Hmm.
understand that African and Haitian roots to it, and that this show was very well researched on who these individual people were and their histories
Yeah.
and like the cultures. So I and what those the witchcraft cultures are like. So I was like, if I didn't know how much thought and effort has gone into every other aspect of witchcraft in the show, I would be wildly offended
Yes.
by the sounds that just came out of her mouth.
And you can keep that in mind for when they stop doing this deep research in later seasons.
Good, because that literally, if you were watching any other show and a black woman just started making those noises, you would be like, who the racist fuck wrote this show?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot that I mean, obviously that Ryan Murphy has been been taken down for.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, he did a good job. He got sloppy in the end. I think he was just trying to throw out a lot of shows.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean they're terrible, and they're not necessarily like racist or whatever. But like, there are definitely things you're like, you didn't think this part through. Because he didn't, because he was writing like 3 shows a year. So no, he wasn't thinking it through.
Yeah.
Um, so we wake up the next morning and we have our dream team, Fiona, Cordelia, and Marie, and they're watching the news about Hank because, he's murdered everyone. Now he's dead.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this happened. Marie's like, yep, I hired him. She's just straight up like, I sent him to kill you. He came to me. He gave me a price. Seemed fair. And she was like, but remember, that's when we were enemies.
Yeah, she's like,
30,
don't
30 minutes ago.
you can't be mad at me.
Right. Like, we're past that now. And Fiona is just like off of her rocker, mad at Cordelia. And like, here's the thing. A little bit fair. Because Cordelia is a witch. She should be able to pick up on vibes a little bit better. And she was super blinded.
And
And
the fact that she was so blinded specifically because she was mad at her mom is just childish.
yeah, right. So like, again, don't love Fiona, not super wrong.
Correct.
Um, and she just like straight up slaps her and tells her she's worthless and useless and
Which
etc.
which again, she wasn't wrong, but was that the correct
Right. Is
response?
that what we needed to do to handle it? Right. And that's basically what Marie says. She's like, it's all over. She's like, everyone calm down. We're not doing this right now.
Yeah.
And then Fiona is like angry face, and she's like, here's the thing. Witch hunters do not hunt alone. That's not what
No.
they're known for.
No.
So we need to figure out what the organization is that he's connected to, because now that he's dead, they're all coming after us. And we
Right.
are limited in our power right now. Like, we're powerful, but one, I have cancer and I'm dying. So like, I'm your strongest person and I'm weaker and weaker every day.
Yeah.
And no one knows what's coming next. People keep dying, like, so we gotta figure it out and start taking them down before they take us down. And then they're walking through again, and we flash back to the news where it's talking about a child being kidnapped, and Marie just turns the TV off. She's like, no need for that.
No need for this.
We don't need to hear about that. Um, so now Fiona's gone to talk to Misty, our future Supreme, as we keep saying. And Misty, Misty's telling her, she's like, you can't kill me. Like, I know that's what you're here for. And if you do, I've already got plans to bring myself back. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And Fiona's like, being the Supreme isn't what you think it is. Like, it's got all of these like shiny like gold rings you can go what you want, but it's a lot of work too. And she's
Yeah.
like, but I think that, like, you can probably still do it. And then we see that Fiona knows exactly what to do to get Misty on her side, because she brings in the White Witch herself, Stevie Nicks. And apparently they're besties. They've been friends forever, but Stevie doesn't want to do any dark magic, so she doesn't like do magic with Fiona. They're just like longtime friends.
Right. Just casual.
Just casual. And then the girls are back. And they've been talking about Queenie and everything that's gone down. And they walk into Stevie Nicks playing Rhiannon, because that's natural and
Yeah.
normal. And and Fiona is telling Madison, she's like, "You're not the next Supreme. We really do believe Misty's the next Supreme. It's not you, homegirl."
My favorite moment of this, because there's a lot of times that I watch American Horror Story and I like don't feel like, and actually a lot of the shows that we've watched that are from this era of the early 2010s, where like I was already an adult, I don't feel it was like it was that long ago. Like granted, like I know this aired 11 years ago, but because I was already what
In college.
20, like I was when this episode aired, I was already graduated from college. Like I was already fully an adult.
Mhm.
So like I don't think of that as being wildly different time period than it
Right.
is now. And even like So, like, technology from 2010 to 2025 has evolved visually in some ways. Like, phones look a little bit different, but it's like not
Right.
even really crazy amount of different in like
Hmm.
everyday technology. And then they say things like, I really love Eminem. Can you bring him here to me?
To be fair, 2025 me is also
No,
saying
no, no.
that.
Sure. But if you were trying to portray a pop star, like a movie star girl who just wanted a guy to pay attention to her and wanted to pick the biggest musical, like hot musical artist in 2025, Eminem is old enough to be her father. Like
That is true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's not how you would pick
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you made
No.
this today. And it
Hmm.
just like took me aback for a second. I was like, what?
What a world.
What a world.
God, I love him, man.
I know.
I just love him so much. Um, and I also love how much Misty loves Stevie Nicks. It
I
just makes
know.
my heart so happy. And so she's sitting here just like enjoying Stevie Nicks being.
Yeah.
And Madison's talking about like she's like, look, I'm totally meant to be the next Supreme. I've come back from the dead. Um, and they're like, homegirl, no,
They're
Misty's
like,
the one. Like she brought you back from the dead.
Right.
And also she came back from the dead. She was burned at the stake and brought herself back. Like, I don't think you've quite met her level yet. Um,
No.
and then Nan, of course, is like, no, it's definitely like I've got mind control. What do you think? Like that's big. And they're like, what are you talking about? And so then she's like, let me show you. And so she has her light a cigarette, and then she tries to have her do inappropriate things with a cigarette, and Misty stops I mean, Zoe stops everything because, of course,
She's like, what the
can't be
fuck is
doing all that.
happening?
Yeah, but Nan does prove that she does have mind control, and that, as we know, no one else has it quite the same, other than like Fiona.
Fiona, yeah.
And so, um, and Maddie's like, I'm ready for the trials. And so he's like, do you not remember that you have a heart murmur and you can't be defective to be the Supreme? And she's like, not anymore. She's like, I was like killed and brought back, and now I'm perfect. Now I'm ready. So I'm ready for these trials.
Here, but you were killed and brought back, but you were also dead. But
Right.
then again, so was Misty. Like, can you
Yeah.
be the Supreme if you're just not even alive?
Who's to say?
I don't
Who's
know.
to say? So we go back to our head witches, and Cordelia is bringing all this information back to Fiona and Marie that she's found about the Delphi Trust. And Fiona wants, um, just that say, won't let Cordelia have it. And oh, this is where she tells her she's worthless and hopeless. And she decides to start this like process with Marie of getting into their minds, basically, and their workplaces. So they get a mouse, and they are putting it through like a maze. They've done like, some spells and whatnot over it, and
Yeah.
then they've sent it off into a maze, and we follow it through the path of the maze. And we also watch government agents walk into Delphi Trust and start going through and taking boxes and bringing warrants, et cetera, et cetera. And um, then the mousetrap catches the mouse, and Fiona collapses. So we go to the hospital next. And Nan and Zoe are there, and they're just, chatting away, and they don't think that Madison can be the next Supreme. Nan says she thinks she really could do it, and she would only be good. She wouldn't be like Fiona. She would only bring good to the world. And they walk up to ask if they can see Luke and learn that he's dead. And Nan loses it. And so
Yeah.
we go back to Marie and Fiona, and Marie is working on finding a way to heal Fiona so that they can work together. And she's like, I could give you this, but it's like gonna keep you alive, but in the state you're already in. So like it's not going to be as much of a help as you want it to be.
Right. Like you'll just be
Like,
dying every day for the rest of
right.
eternity.
Like, we need you to be better first. Um, and then they start talking about past lovers, and of course we get the flashback to the Minotaur. And they're talking about all of this. And then Fiona starts asking again, she's like, so how did you get to be immortal? And she's basically like, I made a deal with the devil. She says, I sold my soul to Papa. And she said she thought that he would just want to sleep with her, or that he had to have a favor every year. And she thought it was gonna be like a sexual favor every year. And she was like, no big. Totally worth it for immortality.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
however, that is not what he asked of her. And every year she says it gets worse and worse. But as of right now, well, in the beginning, the first thing he did was take her child because he needed an innocent soul. And that's where it started.
Yeah.
Um, and so a little more about Papa Legba. He is known as essentially the um like the spirit guide basically in between the like heavens and earth. And
Okay.
he is mostly known in African culture and voodoo and stuff like that. So you don't really hear a lot about him outside of those kind of cultures, other than you see him depicted, like we talked about as Dr. Facilier. You hear about him in like New Orleans culture, stuff like that. Um, I had pulled up more information because I know the like super basics about him, where
Okay.
he does insist that you give him something, but it's more of a it's like a contract. It's like you're making a contract with the devil. And he says, you can have this whatever you want. I'll come back later to collect what I need from you. And it's almost always his like vibe of how he's going to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we see him a lot in other areas of pop culture that we may not particularly know. So, like, Robert Palmer discusses him in a lot of the blues music. We hear him referred to as the black man, the devil, all of this. Like, anytime they're talking about making a deal with the devil, it's like when we hear the Crossroads song. Are you familiar with that one? Robert Johnson's.
No.
So he says so that's the story where he says he was never really great at music. He was like even less than average, and he disappears for a year and comes back and started winning awards and became the best like guitarist in the world, best blues guitarist. And that's true. Those are true statements.
Right.
But he says it's because he went to the crossroads of Mississippi and made a deal with the devil. And this is who they say he made that he sold his soul to, like, essentially Papa Legba. Um, we see it in da, 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 apparently Miami Vice. That's fun. I didn't know that one. Obviously, American Horror Story. Um, and yeah, those are probably like the biggest ones. But essentially, he's the spirit guide between worlds who portrays the devil, and you sell your soul to him in order to get it's usually the one thing you've always wanted. So if you want immortality, if you want fame, if you want fortune, like it's one of those big things.
Okay.
Um, so that's your small amount of history. I'm sure there's deeper dive. I just don't have it on me. So then we go back down to the ninth ward, and there's a second line for the dead women from the hair salon. And Madison and Misty are there for wine, I guess for Queenie, but also for wine. Um, and they're talking about everything going on and
Mhm.
whatnot. And she tells her that players only love you when they're playing,
Yeah.
which is, of course, a Fleetwood Mac line. It's a lyric in case you don't know the most famous Fleetwood Mac lyric. That is one of them. Um, and Maddie starts telling her, she's like, you're not very smart. Like, you're not the brightest. You're not the best. Like, I do think you're kind of stupid. Like, you've taken on this persona of, like, you want to be Stevie Nicks, but, like, you have to be your own self to be a Supreme, or it's never going to work out.
Yeah.
Um, and so she tells her, she's like, let's start now. And she's like, you enchant these men for a bit, and I'll show you my power. So she enchants them to where they don't know what's going on. They're just like frozen in time.
Yeah.
And Madison brings the man in the coffin back to life, which is a new skill we didn't know she had. Um,
Yep.
and he very confusingly walks away. And Maddie starts talking. Maddie's just like, I just want us to be friends. Like, we both have so much strength. We both should work together. And she tells her to leave her shawl in the now empty coffin. She's like, that's you dead. We need to, make a new you.
Yeah.
And instead, Maddie knocks her over the head with a brick and shoves her into the coffin. And then, adding insult to injury, takes the shawl. Ugh, I hate her. Hate her. Um, and then we go back to Nan and Zoe, and they've gone to visit Joan because Nan has some questions and needs to address some things with her. And she
That was a
walks,
choice that I was not a fan of.
yeah, yeah. But she goes to talk to her, and she's asking, she's like, "Where is Luke?" And she's just like going off, and so he's like, "I think what she means is." Before he's buried, where are they keeping him? Where is the funeral going to be? Like, what
Right.
is the
Like,
arrangements?
let's ask legitimate questions that aren't
All
going to
right.
be terrifying to anyone who we ask them
Exactly.
to.
And Joan's like, do not fret. I've cremated him. Ashes to ashes and all that. And Nan goes off her rocker. And she's like, you smothered him with a pillow. And she's like, whoa, how did you know that? And she's like, I know everything. And she's like, and now you have to be cleansed. And makes her drink bleach.
Which does confirm that what she was doing to Luke in the other episode was
Was
bleach and
bleach.
not holy water.
Yes, correct. However, um,
However,
it does kill her.
yeah, like I feel like giving like a diluted bleach enema, while horrifying and not good, is different than gargling.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Don't
yes,
do
though.
either. Don't give yourself an
Yeah,
enema
yeah.
with
No,
bleach.
no. No, neither of these things is good. Don't do any of these things. Just like don't don't do anything with bleach unless you're like cleaning your tub or something. I don't know. Like that's it. Um, so go back to Cordelia and Myrtle. And Myrtle is
Okay,
also off her rocker.
when you said that don't worry, I would grow to hate Myrtle,
Mhm.
there is not much worse in the world than listening to someone play the theremin when no one asks them to do that.
Right. I just wanted to punch her in the face the whole time. Yeah, she's playing these like witchy celestial sounds on her theremin.
What
Um,
in what celestial means bodies of the heavens? What heavenly bodies do you think sound like that?
I mean,
If
that's like,
if meteors sounded like that, the dinosaurs would still be alive because they would have run and hid.
well, that's like, what was it? Is it like the Celtic celestial tunes that kind of sound like that? Like, there are celestial tunes that sound like that. They do not
I
sound heavenly in any
I
means.
think that that is just a misuse of the word celestial on every front. I'm
Yes,
offended.
it
I'm
is.
offended for angels.
Mhm. Correct, correct. Um, and Cordelia is like, I don't know what to do. I have no powers. I'm blind to the world again because I can see. I can't help anyone. Like, woe is me.
Yeah.
And Myrtle's like, don't worry. You can bottle your salad dressing and sell it.
What the
Or
fuck was
you
she
could go work
talking
you
about?
could go work on a cruise ship. You're so personable.
She was like, and she was like, "You're so personable and you're so pretty and you're clean." What?
That's
Listen,
correct.
okay, this is a mild spoiler, except for that you have already watched or read the first book and have to reread it. There's a moment in the first ACOTAR book when Tamlin is looking for a way to compliment Feyre. He does not know how to talk to her, and he says, "Your hair looks clean." And anytime someone uses cleanliness as a compliment, that's all I can think about, and it makes me want to punch them in the nuts.
Yeah, yeah. It's absolutely bonkers that she's saying all these things. And Cordelia was the same. And she just starts throwing things everywhere. Everything's breaking. She's like, shut up, Myrtle. We're not doing this. I can't listen to you. I can't listen to your therememin. I can't listen to any of this anymore.
And then
We're
she just
canceling it
keeps
all.
playing the theremin like this girl's not fucking losing her mind in front of her. And
It's just like this whole episode is just like off the walls. And I love
if,
it.
listen, if Myrtle did not make a deal with some kind of fucking spirit while she was dead to come back like a and she's actually this like batshit like something must have happened while she was dead with some kind of contract with the devil or something or because what like she was weird before, but this is next level.
But she was restrained and weird, and now she's no longer restrained. She's the council. The rest of them are dead. And what are they going to kill her again? They did that once. They don't left to lose anymore.
I have no words.
Well, don't worry, because next we go to the Delphi Trust. And we learn that in this raid, they have lost 50% of their stock because of all of these records that are starting to come out. And the dad knows it was the witches. That
Of
they're gonna have
course.
to do something about them. I mean, I don't know what else he thought it was gonna be,
Right.
but they made it some big reveal. So,
Right.
um, so we go back to Fiona, and she is, of course, trying to summon Papa Legba. Um,
Which the
with
fact that like lines of cocaine with his weird boogeyman fingernail is how you summon him.
mhm.
Is that how the actual like myths of him and summoning go?
It's more like Marie Laveau explained. It's like you have to want and you have to offer. And so like I don't think there's a set thing. Like people could offer cocaine, they could offer whiskey, they could offer whatever, they can just offer, you know, themselves. They can like if they have a good soul, like that's enough. Like I don't think there's like a defined this is what you offer. Like you bring Santa milk and cookies. I don't think you necessarily just bring Papa like a cocaine. Like, you know.
I mean, with that fingernail though.
But I guess if it's good cocaine, that's what we've heard. So maybe.
Oh Lord.
I don't know. Um, but then he does arrive and she tells him she doesn't want to die. She's like, I'm here to make a deal. Whatever you want from me, have it, have at it.
She's like,
I
I'll
don't want
kill
this.
anybody, I'll do anything,
Yeah.
I don't care. There are no limits to what I will give you.
He's like, what about your daughter? And she's like, today? For sure, for sure. Like, no
She's
questions.
like, fuck that bitch.
Hmm. And so he starts telling her, he's like, well, this is the thing. You have to perform one service a year, just like Marie does. I'll tell you as it comes. We will solidify it. She's like, seal it. Let's seal the deal. And he goes to kiss her. They separate, and he says, we can't make a deal. And she's shocked but it's because you have no soul. She's like, cool, 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 whatever that went. Cool, cool. And then the Axeman arrives because we needed our lover back in our lives.
Yeah.
And he says, there's nothing left to do. You don't have a soul to give. We got to figure out who the next Supreme is. And she's like, let's just kill them all.
She's like, I don't have a soul to ruin anyway. Let's just fucking
Right?
off all of them at once.
Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone.
What?
Yeah. And so we go back to Nan and Zoe talking about being a Supreme again because they don't have anything better to talk about. And Nan starts hearing something. She's like, I hear something. Zoe's like, you always hear something.
I
Like,
know.
of course. And so they wander off, and she finds the stolen baby in Marie's room. And Marie walks in, and Fiona walks in, and Marie's like, how did you find this baby? And she's like, I heard him. She's like, nope, you didn't, because this like cabinet keeps everything quiet. And she's like, oh wait, you're the clairvoyant one. Like you heard him in your mind, not in the world.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. She's like, I won't give him to you for bad purposes. But we learned that, of course, she had to steal him to give Papa Legba an innocent soul, as she does every year. And So she has to do it. And Fiona is like, give her the baby back. We're not doing this right now. Like, we'll talk about this later. Stop it. And then they
Yeah.
start talking and they decide that it just has to be an innocent soul.
Doesn't
It
have to be
doesn't
a
necessarily
baby.
have to be a baby because Marie wants to keep the baby. So let's drown Nan. She's an innocent soul who just drowned a woman in bleach, but that's fine. She's fine. She's innocent. And so they do, and he shows up and he's like, you don't get to like trade these. Like, I
He
give
said there
you
are no substitutions.
yeah. And Fiona's like, she's innocent, mostly.
She goes, okay, so she killed that neighbor bitch, but the lady had
She
it coming.
deserved it. She had it coming. And
And I was
he's
like, to
like,
be fair, correct.
correct. And he's like, okay, you two are trouble together. This is a problem, but also, okay, I'll take Nan.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you have to offer.
My favorite is
And
that Nan was worried she'd be stuck in that for the rest of eternity because it was not
I
her
know.
favorite outfit.
And he's like, don't fret, you can have whatever you want. It's candy and rainbows on the other side. And so she willingly is going with him. And then, of course, TV is playing her music again. Um, because TV's really out here making bank just to like hang out.
Yeah.
Like, because she's getting paid for this.
Yeah.
And three of her songs were licensed in this episode, much less the season.
Right. I was like, not to
In
mention
this
everything
episode.
else that got licensed this season.
Yeah. So there's not a chance she hasn't made $500,000 or more for her music just this season.
Right.
Like, good for her. But now she's playing Has Anyone Ever Given Anything to You? And Fiona is crying because she has no soul and is not immortal and has to kill everyone now. And that's where we end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts? What do you think?
Well, I for sure don't think Madison is the Supreme. Like,
Okay.
I think Madison wants so badly to be the Supreme, and it's just not gonna go well for her in the long run. Oh, sorry, my mic
That's me.
popped out. Nope, it's me.
It's you? Oh, it's always me. I'm so glad it's you.
But
I moved and hit the cord at the same time it happened.
oh no, the problem was my microphone popped out, but also so did my headphones, and my computer was muted. So when my headphones
Oh,
popped out,
nice.
there was no sound at all.
I
Um,
see.
so I was like, hold on, because I have no idea what you're saying. Um, so yeah, I am a little concerned that Zoe is now like the only one who is not dead. Um,
Running list, we have witches who haven't died yet. Fiona, Cordelia, Marie, and Zoe.
I would Zoe, but to be fair, Marie can't die because she's immortal. The and Fiona is actively dying.
Yeah, and Cordelia has no powers.
Right. So it's literally something's gonna happen to Zoe and it's gonna be terrible. Like that's really the only possible solution. Um I'm very confused. I mean, I get that like the tomb is probably like really hard to get out of, but I'm really confused as to what Madison thought she was doing, hitting Misty over the brick head with a brick when Misty like can very easily like bring herself back to life. So like that's weird. Because also like hitting somebody over the brick might not even kill them. Like if they
But I
didn't
don't
have
think she needed to kill them. I think she just needed to seal her up.
fair. Well, I
And we
guess
don't know if she's come back from being sealed somewhere because she was burned.
right. Well, I
So
guess
she
but
was never like in
she did
captivity.
say she has a whole plan already set in motion for if she dies. So I guess we'll see if what her plan is. Um, I am very worried about what is going to happen to Nan in the underworld and what she's going to do. I would like to just never see the Axeman again. I
Spooky
don't know
man.
why he needed to be there. That was such a waste. Um, yeah. Um, what the fuck happened to Madame Lottery? She just still sitting there crying, listening to a record on repeat while everybody else is dead? Because that's
Maybe.
depressing as shit.
I mean,
Yeah, also I
she's done a
really
lot of bad in her life,
that's
so.
true. I just really truly hope that there is some explanation for the fucking unhinged behavior of Myrtle. I need there to be an explanation because I cannot just accept that this is just who she is.
Oh, Myrtle. Bless her heart.
Fucking
Bless her heart.
unhinged. Yeah, so that's I don't really have strong ideas about the plot per se, but I do need some characters to have some explanations because I can forgive a lot of weird, but this is too much for me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I have a little bit of trivia for you.
Okay.
This is Stevie Nicks' acting debut,
Wow.
which is fun. Um, the theremin was invented in 1919 by a Russian physicist named
Yes.
Lev Terman. And it is the only instrument that is played without the need to touch it. Um, Stevie Nicks songs that we hear throughout season 3 are
Yeah,
historically copywritten under the title Welsh Witch Music, which is fun.
that is fun.
I did look up to see like how she felt about witchiness, and she said that she doesn't believe like she's spiritual, but doesn't believe that like in witchcraft or like witchiness, but she likes the spirituality behind it, and so it's less about believing in that like as a religion and more about
Right,
believing in the spiritual elements that kind of
right.
fall within. Um, and that's a spoiler. Uh, yeah, I already said that one. But yeah, so that is my trivia for you. I also meant to look up what next week's episode is about because we are down to 3 more episodes, and it is interesting. It's interesting. Yep, you're gonna get a couple of your answers,
Okay.
and yep, that's all I can tell you. So it's gonna be fun.
Oh, great.
It's gonna be a fun one. So, ooh, do you want to punch?
So no, I looked up the wrong thing. Fiona.
Fair, fair,
Um, I mean, were there worse people? Did everybody do
sure.
really shitty things in this episode? Yes. But I think drowning Nan, just because you're mad that the
Yeah,
boogeyman didn't want to make sweet love to you, just feels like too much.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. I'm gonna go with Madison
Valid.
because she sucks so much,
Yeah, she was definitely
so
on my
much.
list.
So who's your MVP then?
As I accidentally said earlier, Zoe. Zoe's the only fucking normal person left.
Yeah, that's fair.
Everyone else has
Um,
lost their mind.
that is very true. I'm gonna pick Stevie.
Which is also fair. I just, as much as I love Stevie, anyone who is like actively like helping Fiona gaslight people, I couldn't.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, but she's really just hanging out, playing music.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy. I love
that
her.
that we know.
Yeah, she's a white witch. She doesn't do dark magic. She's refused to.
Yeah, but she lets Fiona and like doesn't stop
Well,
her and
everyone
like
has free will, don't you know?
yeah.
So, but that's fair. Um, so that is our episode. If you want to talk to us about it or New Orleans or whatever, you can email us deathandaliens@gmail.com. You can find us on all of the social media at Death and Aliens. You can find me at CECloud13.
And you can follow me everywhere at EMKAY_superstar.
And we'll see you on Sunday for Stargate Atlantis.
Bye.
Bye.